run from it, the end is near.
We're gonna need some help.
How you been, Buck? Not bad for the end of the world.
So I just saw Avengers Infinity War. What did I think? My initial reactions. Oh my God! What do you think, Fun Loving Me? What do you think, Home Alone Kid? What about you, Indiana Jones melty face guy? Oh my God! Infinity War. Let's do it. So it's kind of hard to talk about Infinity War without spoiling anything. There's so much gravitas to basically every single scene because everything has so much story just in general to it. So it's really hard to give a review without spoilers. So there will be spoilers a little bit later, but for these first couple of minutes, it's just going to be me talking about the film in general. I think that the Russos did a fantastic job here. They've knocked it out of the park. Three home runs to me at least with Captain America Winter Soldier, Civil War, and now Infinity War. Their ability to give every character their own screen time and give them their personalities that they've developed and created over these past 10 years is a really cool skill. Other guys have tried it. You know, Joss Whedon kind of lost that voice with Age of Ultron, even though I don't think that's... I think that movie in general gets like a bad rap. But this film, I mean, like everybody fits so well together, and you felt like, as a comic book reader, I felt like I was reading like a big trade paperback and just going through and just seeing all the characters, and it felt like Marvel for real. It finally felt like we had a legit universe, and there's just characters everywhere. And if there's one thing I can say about this movie, it's intensity. I was worried from the jump you get punched in the mouth, and you don't stop getting punched for like the first hour, and then you get like a small breather and the things get bad again, and it's awesome. It was great all the way through. I loved all the actors who went for it, all the set designs, all the worlds, all the villainous characters. Like Thanos has this group of generals, I guess. I mean, you don't really get to know that much about them, but they all have really distinct looks and personality traits and powers, and all of them you hate. And I thought that was done really well. And let's talk about Thanos for a second here. Josh Brolin, I thought did a really good job. I was kind of hesitant when he was first cast, and now I'm like, I kind of want more of Thanos. To make a good villain, there's a couple ways of doing it. And you should never go just straight evil. It doesn't work overall as a character unless it's like a cartoon. But Thanos, I thought was very compelling.
The thing with Thanos that you don't understand is there's times where it can become psychological and not necessarily brute force. Interesting, more interesting for adults now.
Yeah.
Maybe not for kids, not that statement. But then your eyes kind of glimmered.
They did.
It's way more emotional and way more interactive than I thought. So it's a lot of fun and a lot deeper than I thought, a lot more emotional than I thought.
Because he feels that what he's doing is right. He truly believes he is the hero in his own story, and that's what makes a good villain, is that they believe that they are on the actual right side of things here. I mean, just as we watched like Civil War with Iron Man and Captain America, and both of them fully felt that they were the hero in a certain situation. He feels that he is the hero, and that they are all in his way, and that all his adventures are causing problems to the universe, and that he has to heal everything. And he portrays his character with longing and with heartbreak, and it's awesome. He's not just this evil mouthpiece who just wants to just rule everything in the universe. It's not that at all. And I thought it was done well. And to see him kick the crap out of these people that we've seen be these badasses for the last 10 years was just jaw-dropping at times. You're just how is he taking on 10 people? This is nuts. This makes no sense. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about the story. as everybody who's watched up to this point, you know that they're after these Infinity Stones, and basically Thanos is going to all the places that we've journeyed to over these past 10 years, and in doing this, for where all of the Phase 3 movies left off, we kind of get new character interactions. Thor basically joins the Guardians of the Galaxy. You get a pretty cool group with Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man. And then you've got basically everybody else on Earth, and eventually all of them can meet up together. And I can't get it. It's so hard to not talk about spoilers. As a movie overall, it was awesome. It's definitely in my top 5. I'm not sure exactly where. It might be first, might be second. I don't know. It's definitely my top 5, which I done a video for that, but after seeing this, I'm gonna have to do another video for my top rankings of the MCU. It's up there though. For characters, everybody kind of gets their own spotlight. I was thinking maybe one guy's gonna really take things away or do this. He's gonna be awesome. But everybody is really great in this. It's fun all the way through. This is the first time you've ever been, your heart's beating because you literally, everybody's contracts are about up, so you don't know who's going to die here. And so all of that, and not everybody gets out of it. I'll tell you that much. I'm not going to say who, but it's a little heartbreaking. It's sad. So without further ado, I'm seeing that. What is that? Spoilers ahead. Spoilers are coming up. 3, 2, 1. So with the ending of the movie, it's kind of what a lot of us expected. They were going to find a way to kill off a lot of people, and I can only assume that what's going to happen in the second film is they go get the gauntlet and they warp time, or in some kind of fashion reverse things, because you can't kill off literally half the cast. You just can't do it. It also kind of made me mad because it took away the power that the other deaths in the film had, because they weren't just wiped out by this Deus Ex Machina here. They actually died in battle, and their deaths meant something, and then they quickly get stepped over because Thanos snaps his finger, and then half the universe dies. So the only death that kind of hits hard is Peter Parker. He just he has this really good ability. He did it in Homecoming when he's trapped under all the rubble, and he's showing fear.
Okay, ready? Hello? Hello? Please! Hey, please! I'm down here! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! I can't move! I can't...
That you fully believe that he is this high school kid in over his head, and at this moment, for all of his brashness and his bravado and his humor, he's frightened about death, and that scene was really cool. Speaking of that fight scene in general, when Iron Man gets stabbed, the entire audience gasped, because we were like, holy crap, they just killed Iron Man, and then they don't go through with it. But maybe he'll die in the second one. I don't know. I fully expected Captain America to die. He didn't die here. So I'm not sure where they go from here. Obviously, if you stay towards the end of the entire film, you get to see this little clip with Captain Marvel, because her film's going to be set in the 80s. And so I guess she's going to come here. She's going to help them maybe travel to where Thanos is. I honestly don't know where the story's going to go. I will say, super excited to see that Red Skull is not gone. Him being back in the MCU, which I called a few weeks ago. I was talking to a friend. I was like, man, after watching Captain America: First Avenger, and Red Skull's not dead, he was just teleported. I really wonder if they'll ever bring him back, because Hugo Weaving wasn't a huge fan, and it was so satisfying to see him come out of the shadows, and that he's around still. So that's awesome. You've only got a couple of people left. You got some heavy hitters still, Thor. I love that he has a new hammer, and that it's this even better hammer than Mjolnir was, and it's also made with part of Groot, which just makes it really, really cool. And it's just such a comic book thing. It's all types of fun. I'm wondering how the story's going to go after this, and also with Ant-Man and Wasp, where does their story fit in? Because they very briefly talk about that Scott Lang and Hawkeye got moved somewhere else, but he has a film coming out. So does it also take place before all this, or is it going to explain what like he's up to? I don't know. It's very strange. So, out of spoilers. Definitely go see it. If you're a fan of these films in general, I think you will love it. If you just want a good time at the theater, I think you'll like it. If you're kind of tired of the whole superhero thing, then you might like this, but you might just be, I'm exhausted with all the superhero films. Like if that's the case, then stop seeing them. Stop seeing them, because we'll all take care of that. You guys just go watch little indie films and about heroin addicts. Like, just let us have this and stop crying about it. It's because they aren't going anywhere for a while. So just stop seeing them, or go see it and just stop being an ass. I mean, like that's all I can say. Avengers: Infinity War. Definitely go check it out. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching.